Just last week, we were all praising the Supreme Court for vindicating Modi ji from 2002. So does it, the Supreme Court is an institution comprised of individuals. So can we tarnish the whole legal system, or is it particular judges that people are calling for to be impeached?
Well, I think one of the advantages and benefits of this is it's almost like lifting a stone and then finding what's lurking underneath that rock, isn't it? The Nupur Sharma case has caused this stone to be lifted, has caused the light of public scrutiny to be shone underneath this particular stone. And I think there is a great opportunity to do a bit of housekeeping, to take a broom and really clean up what is it's a residual relic of a colonial orientation. And that doesn't serve Bharat's journey anymore. This is a great opportunity to look at the mechanisms whereby these justices suddenly appear there in a manner which is almost the gods on Olympus looking down and sort of tossing down lightning bolts as judgments without any fear of consequence. And that has to be resolved. And the collegiate system is in an ideal world full of people who are wonderful and harmonious and of noble character, a wonderful system. But I'm afraid in the real world, that system is obviously open to abuse. And there are now allegations of nepotism, there are allegations of all sorts of criminal charges and questions over integrity and probity, all sorts of charges. And the Supreme Court must be tarnish free. It must be completely free of any of these possible, shall we say, legal minefields. If, let's say, heaven forbid, one of the justices is found to be guilty of corruption, for example, that means all of the cases that justice has presided over would need to be reviewed. So it's unbelievably important that the pinnacle apex court is beyond reproach in terms of its adherence to principles. And so this is an opportunity for the people of Bharat to express their dissatisfaction, which they are doing in volumes, which is unprecedented. And let's sort this Supreme Court out. We must have an apex body which can be relied upon. Sloaniji, there is one aspect I think I'd like to emphasize here as well, and sometimes we overlook this. Each of us has a number of rights, and one is the right to use force in defense of self, property, family, and so on.
Yes.
And we choose not to avail ourselves of that right. We give that authority to the state. We say to the state, you can use force on our behalf to protect us, so that we don't, in a moment of rash emotional instability, we don't lash out and cause harm which later might be proven to have been wholly inappropriate and unjust. So we give that authority to the mechanisms of law. The apex of that little pyramid is the Supreme Court. And if the people of a country lose confidence in the Supreme Court and its ability to honor that trust, then there is a very serious problem. And that problem is the beginning of a complete loss of trust in the mechanisms of law and order. And if that happens, we regress. We regress to that state where the community then says, we cannot trust the judiciary, we cannot trust the servants and the officers of the law, so we have to protect ourselves. This is how serious this issue is. And I think there's going to be a lot of head scratching going on amongst the rest of the justices, because this brings all of their judgments, all of their process of being elevated to these positions under scrutiny. And so let's see. Justice cannot be delayed. Justice delayed is justice denied. And I think this is really not Nupur Sharma who is on trial. This is the Supreme Court justices now and the collegiate system which is on trial.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.